Hello to all my friends out there. So I was lucky I found this good potting soil at 99¢ only. So what happened was my orchid fell over and all the dirt fell out. And so I have to repot my orchid. And so it had a little dirt left, but I think I'm just going to start over with new dirt since I have to replant the thing. So since I had to replant my orchid, I thought, well, this might be a good time to start my rooftop garden. Okay, here we have all these like trees all around. And when I moved here, this thing is really kind of heavy for this little pot. So I'll slip it in my milk container to that's why it fell over. It wasn't you know, it wasn't stable. It was way too too heavy for this little pot. I should have put some newspaper down here, but too late now. So anyway, I'm not using any special potting techniques. You know, my orchids that I had over in the other place grew really good. And I didn't do much to them either. I think mainly orchids don't have to have much room for the roots. Other plants would be pretty much root bound, but orchids are not so much. They're easy to grow. The only trick to orchids is you don't want to overwater them. Okay, I think that's good enough. This plant's been traumatized. It's been derooted. So then, you know, like when all I want to do now is water it good. And if I need a little bit more, you would never water an orchid this much, never. But in this case, I think it's okay. I want to pack my soil down in a minute. Not right now, but in a minute or two. Okay, so now here is my garden. And so I bought some seeds, and I'm not making a big deal out of this garden, not at all. Okay, so row 1 is going to be, I think I'm going to have way too much seeds. Oh, really? You don't get this much seeds. Remember, this was only a quarter? Look, that's all the seeds you get. That's okay, that'll do. So I'll just keep my seeds in order. My husband and I used to grow really big gardens, outside of course. And, you know, my customers would go, I don't know how stuff grows the way you plant it. Well, it's like I put this baggie under it. Now, I wonder if it's like this with the squash, so few seeds. I still think this is a pretty good deal. Oh yeah, you don't get too many. That's okay, I don't need too many. And then I'll just make sure I know what order they're in, so I know what plants are what. And then I'll get some little plants, you know, some little pots when the time comes. And then I bought this. These were all a quarter. I want to encourage you guys to try to be self-sustaining. Uh-oh. And then, you know, when I get these seeds in here in about 1 minute, now tomato seeds should be little. Why? You don't get that many. Look. Most people buy them already sprouted, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try and grow them from seeds. It might not be successful. And then all I want to do now is just cover them, you know, just a little bit. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. And then if something starts sprouting, then I'll worry about that when the time comes. So my rooftop garden here has cost me $2, no, $2. $1 for the potting. Well, this is a lot of potting soil. You can see I still have a lot left. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be successful. So, okay, I'm not putting my garden outside because I told you we have, okay, so now I just want to, water my rose a little bit, not too much. When you first plant, this is at least the way I do it, when you first plant or repot something, you want to water it good, and then, you just want to let it set for a while. I think these seeds should sprout between 7 and 14 days. Okay, so I have my seeds in the order. And then I got this basil plant, thank you, Misha, for my birthday. So I'll try to figure this out, and I'll have some fresh basil, and then I'll, So this was the real thing I needed to do here. And then I'll just, orchids are easy to grow, really easy. So since my plant was too heavy, this is a good little plant. It's got that thing in the bottom so the plant doesn't get too much water. I will just slip it in here to reinforce it so that it doesn't fall again. You guys, try this. This is rather fun. We'll see what happens. Okay, you guys, God bless you all.